Hey there, movie lovers, it's Mike here, your guide to all things cinematic, and today we're diving into the top 10 movie franchises that should have quit while they were ahead. You know the drill, everything's wrapped up, the credits roll, and you're thinking, what a perfect ending. But then Hollywood comes along and says, hold my sequel. Let's count down the franchises that just didn't know when to stop. 10. Home Alone. Home Alone, or as we like to call it, Kevin McAllister's torture chamber for dummies. The first two movies are holiday classics, funny, heartwarming, and just the right amount of slapstick and violence. Home Alone 2 even gives Kevin a trip to New York, a new friend, and a final showdown with the Wet Bandits. A perfect ending, right? Wrong.
Harry, no.
Fast forward through 4 more sequels no one asked for, including one with a cameo from an adult Buzz McAllister. Yes, they really did that. This franchise should have taken its cue from Kevin and just disappeared. 9. Jurassic Park. Remember the first time you saw a T-Rex on the big screen? Magic, right? Jurassic Park is a cinematic masterpiece, and The Lost World wrapped things up with dinosaurs living peacefully on their island. John Hammond finally got it. Nature finds a way.
When we have control again.
You never have control, that's the illusion.
But apparently so does Hollywood. Cue 4 more movies where the dinosaurs are basically playing hopscotch around the world. Jurassic World Domination was the final nail in the prehistoric coffin, turning an epic franchise into a fossil of its former self. 8. Toy Story. Toy Story 3 gave us the perfect tearjerker of an ending. Andy grew up, passed on his beloved toys, and rode off into the sunset.
Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life.
Or, college. It was a flawless conclusion to a trilogy that defined childhood for so many of us. Then along came Toy Story 4, which was good but totally unnecessary. And now they're working on Toy Story 5. Come on, Pixar. Some toys are better left in the toy box. 7. Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was just that, a last crusade. Indy found the Holy Grail, saved his dad, and then rode off into the sunset with his pals.
Go between them!
Go between them, are you crazy?
Talk about an epic ending. But did they stop there? Nope. We got Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, complete with aliens, and last year's Dial of Destiny, without now very tired Harrison Ford. The franchise should have hung up its fedora back in '89. 6. Fast and Furious. Furious 7 gave us a moving farewell to Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, with a touching final scene that broke the fourth wall.
Hook 'em up.
And left fans misty-eyed. It was the perfect ending to the franchise, a way to say goodbye with class. But no, we've been dragged through more sequels, spin-offs, and even a trip to space. Yes, space. It's clear this series should have hit the brakes long ago. Number 5. Superman. Christopher Reeve's Superman was iconic, and Superman 2 gave him the perfect send-off. After defeating General Zod, Clark Kent gets a bit of revenge on a bully and flies off into the sunset. Perfection. But then they had to go and make Superman 3 and 4. Spoiler alert, they weren't good. The Man of Steel deserved better than being reduced to a punchline in a bad joke. Number 4. Friday the 13th. When you title a movie The Final Chapter, you should probably, end it there.
Is the one you've been screaming for.
Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, did everything right. Tommy Jarvis took down Jason Voorhees in a glorious, gory finale, hinting that he might become the next killer. But then they just kept going and going until Jason was basically a zombie on a rampage. Seriously, the guy's been resurrected more times than your Wi-Fi router. Number 3. Halloween. Halloween 2 did what the original hinted at but never confirmed, burned Michael Myers to a crisp. Dr. Loomis sacrificed himself, and we were left with a horror franchise that could have ended on a high note. Instead, we got about 1 billion sequels, reboots, and timelines that would make a quantum physicist's head spin. Laurie Strode deserved better than to be stuck in this endless cycle of stab and repeat. Number 2. Alien. Aliens did the impossible. It was just as good, if not better, than the original. Ellen Ripley took down the Xenomorph Queen, and our heroes floated off into hypersleep.
I need you back here right now. I need you.
Okay, baby, just calm down, sweetheart, calm down.
Heading back to Earth. End of story, right? Wrong again. We ended up with 2 more disappointing sequels, crossovers with Predator, and prequels that somehow managed to make space feel small. They should have left Ripley in peace. Number 1. Terminator. Terminator 2 Judgment Day is an action-packed masterpiece, and its ending was just right. The T-800 sacrificed himself to save humanity, leaving Sarah and John Connor with hope for the future.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It was the perfect way to end the saga, but Hollywood couldn't let it go. We've since been subjected to more convoluted time travel, confusing plot lines, and a whole lot of "I'll be backs" that should have stayed as goodbyes. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 movie franchises that took their perfect endings and tossed them into the sequel shredder. What do you think? Did I miss any? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss more countdowns like this. Until next time, this is Mike signing off. Hopefully without a sequel.